Welcome back to another episode of Swing the Twig. I'm Tommy Franks. It is Friday this week. We had another one on Tuesday. If you want to go back and listen or watch that. If you're watching us on the video podcast, we are back again on YouTube. All the guys are here this week on this week 3, I think, guys, of the season. So, yeah, Tommy Franks, Anthony Colasano, Dom DeRosa, and Jeff Wilkinson. Guys, what is going on?
Hey.
What's up, man? Hey, howdy, hey.
Awesome. How you guys doing?
Another show, another jam-packed day / midweek of baseball as we get ready for kind of the weekend series in a sport that we all love dearly.
Oh yeah, 100%.
At least for Dom. I don't know about us Yankees fans.
Well, we'll get to that in a sec. Actually, let's get to that right now while we have the chance. The Yankees guys nearly sweep the Tigers. They took 2 out of 3, and they lost on Thursday by a score of 3-0. Guys, jump right in. Jeff, Anthony, I want to hear your thoughts first on this. What were your overall collective thoughts on the series?
I mean, we won the series against Detroit.
That's a plus.
So yay. I'm still not sold on Detroit being a good team yet. But, I mean, taking any series is a good sign, especially after dropping all those games to Baltimore, which is just embarrassing for the kind of team that we are. No, I thought they were good quality wins if you overlook the fact that we scored 2 runs off a pop-up that got caught in the wind, and the fact that we intentionally walked Miggy so he didn't get 3,000 hits in Yankee Stadium. So, you overlook that. And,
in Yankee Stadium?
Series. I'm sorry, against the Yankees.
Yeah.
Just against the Yankees.
Yeah, it was in Detroit. Anthony, just overall, I mean, we saw Cole pitch opening night the day after we came out with the podcast, recapping the Orioles series. It was a big struggle. I mean, offensively too.
I mean, what I'll say is, I am unfortunately correct in terms of, or not correct in terms of my worst fear came true, is that the hitting philosophy did not change. And that's something I preached and wanted dearly going into the season, a different way of approaching at the plate. It's just not happening. No one is hitting in key situations. Runners in scoring position, opportunities are just being wasted. We just saw it in the last game against Detroit. Bases loaded, top of the 8th, no one out, or there's one man out. Pop up, ground out. It's just what are we doing? And to top it off, Garrett Cole, I mean, my goodness, you thought that he would be able to figure out without the sticky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's really I feel like this contract is going to blow up in our faces right now. I can't believe that sticky stuff really made him probably one of the top 2 pitchers in baseball, because he's just a shell of himself right now. The fact that Clark Schmidt bailed him out of losing that game, it's just amazing. And if he has to figure it out. If he can't figure it out, then it's like what the heck? There are no more excuses of him and Aaron Boone saying, oh, well, he'll turn the page. Aaron Boone was quoted saying, oh, he's poised for a big season. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. He's not poised for a big season. Yeah, he had 3 or 4 straight dud performances. No, he's not. At this point, I feel like he's subpar. That's great.
Right.
But for him to pitch like this and for him to gash our bullpen, it's just awful. And it's going to happen. I'm just waiting for the wheels to fall off on the bullpen that we're really going to implode. So, it's great that we got the series win, but long term, I'm scared.
Dude, we talked. Go on, Jeff.
Let me put you this way. If I was playing franchise mode in MLB The Show, and if Garrett Cole was one of my pitchers doing this bad, I would have traded him already.
Hey, what did I say on the draft night? I said don't get Garrett. I said I didn't want to get Garrett Cole.
Yep.
What can I say? I mean,
yeah.
Too high of a risk, man. Too high of a risk.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it's physically, if the sticky stuff had that much of an influence, because we've seen very small flashes of Garrett Cole.
We have.
Whether it's one batter they 1-2-3, you're out, or just delivers a nasty breaking ball to get the guy out or induce weak ground ball contact. We've seen flashes of it. He can do it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's more mental than anything, that because he doesn't have it now, and we know that's been a problem, he used as an excuse for opening day. So how much of it is actually he can't pitch without the sticky stuff, and how much of it is him telling himself he can't pitch without the sticky stuff?
Anthony raises an interesting point. Like, it's like lying on your resume in a lot of ways, and like this is how you rose to the top, right? Because of your stickies. And I love Garrett Cole. Like I think he's great, and I think he can rebound. He's not. I don't think he'll be the same. Maybe he will. I don't know. It really depends on how long they've been using the sticky stuff for. I don't know if he was using it in Houston. I assume he was now in that 2019 run that he had in the playoffs there. I got to assume he did. Actually, I think he did. In fact, there were like text messages or something like that going back.
Oh yeah, he had to use it because that's when he was on the top of the world. I mean, you gotta remember he was at Pittsburgh first too, and he had flashes of that he was good, but he was streaky. Like what we're seeing now is kind of what he was doing in Pittsburgh. He would have one or two good starts, then throw a dud or two here and there. But now it's more consistent out here in New York. But
right,
at least for now. But he wasn't this. I'll give me the ball every fifth day. I'm going to give you a quality A1 start. Like he was streaky in Pittsburgh before he got traded.
Right, and that's what leads me to be really concerned about this, because he's getting used to this now. How's he going to adapt? Because I'm sure he's developed as a pitcher over time, but at the same time, I'm not so sure right now how it's going with him. I really don't know, but I'd love to see him rebound. I mean, obviously as a Yankee fan, we're paying him so much money. Like, what is it, $30 million, north of $30 million a year, in terms of his average
36.
annual 36, and it's a lot of money, right? So that really needs to get adjusted for the sake of the Yankees and himself. I have no other way to say it. I mean, it's unfortunate, but part of me thinks, at the same time, you ever look at the umpires checking at the start of the season? It's not as rigorous of a check for sticky stuff as it used to be. Maybe they got better at it, look at different spots. But you ever see it? Like the players hold out their hands. I don't know if you guys have been watching this since the start of the season. They don't really look that deep into people's hands and hats. Am I wrong?
I think it's because the players know that it's now illegal, and the fact that they know that at any point, at any given moment, when they walk off the mound, the umpire will be like, "Let me check." He's like, "Come here, like let me check you real quick." The moment they do, if they have it on, they check them, they're screwed because they're going to get thrown out of the game and hit with a fine or possibly suspension.
For sure.
So that I think that's why it's kind of calmed down, because MLB has this kind of rule in place where like we can check you whenever we want. And so and it's like it's going to happen at some point in the game for starters or maybe even relievers, but it's like a when. It's not guaranteed like, every inning or every third inning, I'll get checked. Like it happened at the first inning, the third inning, the seventh inning, like doesn't matter. But the fact that they have it in place scares or doesn't provoke the players to do it.
Yeah, I agree. And, it's really going to be, I want to see Cole really improve on this, because I don't have faith in this, but I again, like you said, the inconsistencies, we're starting to see that streaky stuff like he had in Pittsburgh before he became an Astro. And they say the pitching coaches in Houston did great work to Garrett Cole to really improve him as a pitcher coming in. And now I have my doubts about that. So
I think you have your doubts because the fact that everybody else but him is pitching really well. And the reason why, everyone else isn't getting the credit that they deserve is because they're not getting any run support either from the offense. If there was run support, it'd be like, oh my God, our pitching staff was great. Our bullpen is great. It's just Garrett Cole stinks. But like the pitching staff, like Severino, Montgomery, Tyone, Cortez, like they're throwing out great performances, but they're not getting the credit because we keep losing, or they don't get the win because we'll blow the lead after the fact. So
I think it's
it's not the pitch.
Go ahead, Jeff.
It's not the pitching coach.
No.
Nestor Cortez. What a beauty he pitched. What a beauty he pitched.
We love Nestor, and again, we'll get to that in a sec, guys, because we got to move on, and I want to get Dom in here as well. But we have to get moving here, guys. I mean, Dom, it had to. Well, I don't know if Dom, did it hurt you or did it not hurt you seeing Freddie Freeman get a very nice reunion against the Braves in I guess his hometown in Orange County?
Well, yeah, Freddie Freeman's going to do his thing, right? The Dodgers are going to do their thing. It's going to be competition. But Tommy, boys, you're not going to hear this often if it wasn't for this, but it actually was great for me to see that because I got my boy Freddie Freeman as well as some other Dodgers in fantasy. Cody Bellinger and Chris Taylor are the other two that I know of. But Freddie Freeman, finally about time, his first AB against the Braves, home run. But I still think at the end of the day, boys, the Braves did it right in going younger for Matt Olson, who's been on an absolute tear and no one's talking about it.
Oh yeah. No, I have no doubt about that. I mean, the Braves absolutely did it right. But you got to remember, Matt Olson, they never told Freddie, and I felt bad for Freddie about that, according to him at least. They never told him about the fact that he was being traded for Matt Olson. He just knew that they wanted to sever ties potentially with him and move out of the position. So, yeah, that's going to hurt him a little bit in there. And I'm sure that revenge felt really good. He loves his old teammates and whatnot. But Jeff and Anthony, did you guys enjoy that? I mean, Jeff, you're not a fan of the Dodgers like I'm not. We don't have a lot of Dodger fans on this podcast, or Dodger supporters. But did you enjoy seeing Freeman get revenge on a team that, I don't know, cut him up from under him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you always like to see the guy come back and prove him wrong, kind of thing. Like Kyrie Irving going back to Boston. What did he do? He dropped like 39 or something, right?
39 in the middle finger. Yep. Two middle fingers, actually.
Yeah,
Index finger.
We're still lost. We're still lost.
Oh yeah,
still lost.
We won't
but,
get on that.
You love to see guys come back to the place where they got wronged or slighted, or the fans just treated them unfairly and just ball out,
Yep.
and that revenge factor is, it's a small blip on the radar for an entire season, but it's the small things like that can push a team and a player forward.
That's indeed true. Anthony, do you have any thoughts on Freeman, or did you just enjoy seeing good baseball?
I mean, I just enjoy seeing it. I mean, it's great that, he, of course you would think like, of course he does it against his former team. But I think the thing that impressed me the most, or that I enjoyed seeing the most, was not what he did on the field with the home runs. What happened like off the field prior to the game is that he still has a close relationship still with his former teammates. Cause I see, his son Charlie running up to Dansby Swanson, giving him a big hug and, embracing him. So there's still love between him and the teammates there. I know there's been a rift kind of between him and Ronald Acuna, and I don't know if that's true or the media is making it to seem bigger than it is. But just for him to still have a relationship with them still in a positive way, and for Charlie to do, or to see that with Charlie and Dansby, it just shows that, even though like the Braves did him dirty as an organization, he still has no beef with any of the players because it's not their fault. It's upper management, and the upper management did what they had to do. They had to look for the better of the organization. Where they wanted to keep Freeman, absolutely, but he was 32 and not 27. So
it definitely plays a factor, and it definitely plays a factor into Freeman. Dom alluded to this earlier, guys. Unfortunately for me, I forgot to change my lineup a couple times, but I looked today and nothing really I could have done. Fantasy baseball has been a tough start for me, and Dom is annihilating me. So let's go over the scores right now as I have them. Jeff and Anthony are playing against each other as well, and currently Anthony's running away with it. It's 193 to 111. Again, the weeks are half the the time as last competition. So this week is only 1 week. The last one was 2 weeks for some reason, but that's for another time. But yeah, Dom's up currently as we record this podcast. Dom is currently up 248 to 155 on me. So it's a pretty big score. Dom's kind of getting his feel of being up big again because he couldn't get that against Jeff for very long. So, so Jeff got the win against Dom. We love to bring that up. By the way.
Don't worry. I'll be coming back.
But I'll tell you what, Dom looks really good right now. Like I couldn't do anything tonight. The guys I have on my bench, huh?
I'll be honest too. The pickups I made were pretty clean.
They were.
I'm surprised. Trying to make some moves, but not too many, because I'm actually dealing with some injuries. So it's not looking too bad. It's not.
No, and I mean, I'm looking at your lineup now. Dom had Kevin Gausman on Thursday night against Boston in Boston, 3-2 win. He threw 8 innings. He had 1 run given up, 8 strikeouts, 7 hits, 88 pitches. Dude dominated. I don't know why he didn't pitch longer. But yeah, so Kevin Gausman got, I think, 28 points for Dom. So that's kind of helping him out a lot tonight. And but yeah, I really got to work on my lineup a little bit here as we come down the stretch. I would love for DeGrom to come back, Dom. And he's not going to come back for you. He'll probably come back for like late May, early June or something like that. So maybe a little longer than that. Who knows at this point. But yeah, so that's the situation. Guys, any thoughts you have on fantasy so far? Nothing? Lost for it?
Me and Jeff are close.
Kind of.
I mean, you're ahead because my pitchers have laid goose eggs and your pitchers have done phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single pitcher you've had this whole week that's been even single digit, and I've had several that have been single digit or negative.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at that now, and that makes a lot more sense.
Which I mean, it'll rectify itself. It'll get straightened out. I still got Lucas Giolito on my IL. He should be starting either Saturday or Sunday whenever he comes off the 10-day. He said he feels great. So I don't know. Maybe that'll give me the push that I need to beat Anthony. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So let's move right along, guys. We have the Bro of the Week. You guys have been preparing for this. I'm thinking of mine right now. I think I have it. I think I do. I'm going to let you guys all go first, and I'll go last, obviously. That's how this always works. And so first off, Bro of the Week. Whoever wants to go first, have your way.
Francisco Lindor.
Why do you say that?
Francisco Lindor has been on a tear recently. In his last 5 games, he is 8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. He is 8 for 19, it looks like. So those are pretty good slashing numbers for the whole season. He's hitting 310, 442, 619. That's his slash line. He's got a few steals already, a few homers, a 9-6 walk to strikeout ratio. So he's seeing the ball really well. He's not swinging at a lot of junk. He's been doing really good so far this year, and it's almost the opposite of last year when he was a complete dud for a lot of the season.
Right. Dom. Got it?
Little bit biased, I do have it, but Eric Hosmer.
Really?
A very surprising one. Yeah. Very surprising one that a lot of Padre fans did not expect, especially just baseball fans in general. Hos almost became a Met and was teammates with Lindor, but that did not go through. I personally have always liked Eric Hosmer. I don't mind him as our first baseman. Kind of feel bad for all the backlash he's got. And he's on a tear, hitting lefties at 500, righties at 355. So the splits are doing pretty well for him. Batting at 378. He's really just doing well, hitting the ball all parts of the field too. He's not just pulling it, ground outs, anything like that. So Haas has been really performing well. Also, no errors. In fact, no errors for the Padres for the first 13 or 14 games of the season. Great stuff to see.
Yeah, okay. I like the pick. Anthony?
I'm gonna go with Nolan Arenado.
Ooh.
Obviously, we know he's got the best glove probably in the game in the infield, but this man just started to tear the cover off the ball in St. Louis, and
What's on?
what?
Manny Machado.
He's coughing Manny Machado.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, my throat. I'm sorry.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't know about his glove numb, but I mean, we obviously know, he's a premier defender, and everyone was coming at him with the Coors effect, right? Because that's always everyone's biggest flaw for Rockies players, right? Whenever they leave, it's like, all right, what are their real numbers, right? And Nolan Arenado, when he first came to St. Louis, he struggled a little bit offensively. Now this season, it's really starting to pick it up. Early MVP candidate, getting a lot of home runs and hits off of off-speed pitches, specifically the changeup, in recent, obviously in his career, but mostly in recent games. So it's good for him to see that, and good for the Cardinals too, because if he gets rolling, then that means everyone else can get rolling, like Paul Goldschmidt and Tyler O'Neill, and you've sprinkle a little bit of Albert Pujols in there, and they're going to make the Central interesting, even though they're already in for the running. But him getting going and staying consistent like this is very good for that Cardinals team.
Very good pick. And Jeff's got a picture of Machado right there on the video podcast.
With the Motorola patch
you,
looking
Jeff.
like he doesn't want to exist.
Hey, what are all our thoughts on this? Dom especially.
Yeah.
You like it?
Man, the little logo for it's all about money.
Well,
get
obviously.
your jerseys while you can before 2023 hits. I kind of can care less. It's like when the Lakers changed their arena name, right? It's all about profit at the end of the day. I totally understand it. And I'm not surprised. Padres are not going to be the last team to do that. That's for sure.
I would not doubt that in the slightest. All right, bro of the week. All right, Jeff is going to be the most blown. Actually, all of you will be blown away by this. My bro of the week pick. And it's bro of the week, I should mention. Bro of the week, not bro of the year, not bro of the month. It's bro of the week. I can only commend someone for, a week performance, or for a week-long performance, or longer, a little bit. I'm going to go with this one. I expect it to be my only one of the season because I think he'll fall off a cliff at a certain point. But the Yankees offense would be nowhere without him. Aaron Hicks.
I almost dropped dead. But yeah.
The Yankees offense would be I can't. Like, he's got a 270 batting average. He's batting fairly well on the right-handed side, which he should be, in my opinion, batting from all the time. He's 10 for 37. He's got 4 runs, 3 ribbies, and 7 walks. He's off to a great start, in my opinion. Far better than anyone expected. I expected, at least. So, Jeff, do you...
Which is terrifying when you think about that. He's
Right?
been one of our most productive members. It's horrifying.
It's horrifying. Exactly right. And you know what? Like, the more I think about it, that's really scary. The fact that he's one of the better guys in the offense. And it's great. Like, the Yankees would be nowhere without him. And he's kind of leading the charge a little bit in some ways, kind of getting the offense rolling just a tad. And I think some guys are doing that as well, especially in Detroit. Some guys did a good job of that. Not consistently, but some did. But Aaron Hicks, man, he's just being more patient, I think, and that's what's really important to this as well. So I expect that to be my only bro of the week for Aaron Hicks of the season. So don't jump on me for that just yet, because I expect it to be my only bro of the week pick. Guys,
I mean, look, if he starts doing better, then fine, I'll tolerate him.
Fantastic. That's all I want.
But if he gets back to how we expect him to play, then I'm gonna join the Couch Coach Nation that is the Yankee fans and want him shipped out.
Well, okay, so let's just jump right into it, guys, because this is going to be a fun segment. We're introduced because no one knows this segment yet. We haven't even we have never introduced this yet, but we are going right into the couch coach's debut. That's what we are doing. The couch coach's debut. Basically, all this segment is, guys, is we're just finding all the morons, and that's really it. So it's going to be quite something. So I'm really excited. Do you guys know what's coming or no?
No, please tell me more.
All right. Well, we got the tweets here on the video podcast, so anyone that wants to see it can do so. on there. If you want to go to YouTube and subscribe to Swing the Twig, please do. We got the first one here that says from some guy here, and we blur out the name. I really hate to say this, but I have really lost a lot of respect for Aaron Judge. That's tough.
I agree with him on that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's betting on himself and he's losing right now. So
That was written
Horribly.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. Next one we have here. We're just gonna go through. We only have 3 for this week. His career is heading to the Gallo, referring to Joey Gallo. For the love of Christ, someone help this man, renew confidence, or buy him a pair of prescription glasses. I don't know. Maybe Jeff agrees with that. I had no idea.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
A little bit harsh.
I don't know. Gallo's home run or bust. I'll give it to him. He's a good defender, but I wouldn't want him at the plate more often than not.
Okay. Well, we saved the best for last, guys. So if you think those 2 were light, our last one is the best one, in my opinion. The next one here, I repeat, trade Hicks, Judge, Sanchez, and Gallo now before it is too late.
What year is it?
I think he just woke up from a coma.
Well, he'll be happy.
Probably
a little.
did.
I he'll be happy. Yeah, Jeff, that's the best coma to wake up from. Gary Sanchez is traded.
Just don't let him know we got rid of Gio Urshela too to make it happen.
just imagine someone waking up after like 2 years of not knowing it, or even like a few months, and being like, "Hey, just so you know, you woken up and Gary Sanchez has been traded." Wait, what? What did I sleep through?
The greatest trade in the past 10 years.
I mean, that's okay. So we'll debut more of those segments again, more that type of segment, more often. But we're gonna find a lot better stuff for sure. We want to keep it light for this one. We didn't want to spend too much time on it, because again, we were just debuting it. Want to see what everybody thought. But guys, I got the trivia question of the week here, and we're keeping it more relevant to this week, and this is gonna be quite exciting. And I think this is going to be more difficult for a lot of you guys. So you guys ready? You ready for it?
Oh yeah.
We all ready? All right. Without further ado, let's just get right down to it. So if you follow the Major League Baseball standings really well, there's only 2 teams in Major League Baseball still with just 2 wins on the season. If you know it, don't say it. Who are those 2 teams? Shout them out.
I got 1. Can I say 1?
Go.
Cincinnati Reds.
All right, that's 1. That's 1.
Padres just swept them.
That is true.
The second? I'm really trying to think. It was like 2-11.
No.
Really?
The D-backs have 5 wins.
Yeah, the Amex
Really?
have 5 and 8.
Yeah, D-backs have 5 wins. All right. What's our
Go the Pirates.
Nope.
Believe
they
it
got
or-
5 as well.
They got 5 as well. Wait, do you know that, Jeff? Or are you looking at it?
What?
No, I do know that they got 5.
You're scaring me.
I'm watching their record.
Wait, I got
They're
it.
what,
I
like
got it. I
5?
know who it is. Is it too late?
No, it's never too late.
I kept thinking NL. It's the Texas Rangers in the AL.
Bam, bam, bam. Good job, Dom.
Thank you.
Yikes.
Wow, the Rangers. That's bad.
And
Yeah,
you know
that's
what's
That's whole-
Bad.
That's hilarious.
funny about that though, guys, is just the fact that the team was supposed to be far better than what it is. I mean, Semien and Seager as an increase. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I think we can go out there and pitch better than John Gray and whoever else they got.
I
I
know,
don't know
but I
why
mean,
John
come on.
Gray's still in the league.
I know, but come on,
Semion's
really?
off to a very slow
Like-
start, by the way, too.
He is. That's true. No, Semien
Very.
is.
Same with Mookie Betts and stuff like that, but we'll see.
Well, that's on the
It's early.
Dodgers. But yes, Dom nailed it. He got the Cincinnati, as long as he didn't look it up. Dom got the Cincinnati Reds,
Nope,
and he
nope.
got the Texas Rangers, both with 2 wins. So very good job, Dom. That was good.
Thanks. The Reds was easy because the Padres just swept them, and I literally just talked about them on my other show. For
Yeah.
the Texas Rangers, I think they played they're 2-7, 2-8.
Yeah.
So they're not double-digit losses yet. So it was a little tricky to remember that one.
Yeah.
Sneaky one. Good question. Good question.
I thought it was a good one personally. Okay, so we have the power rankings as well as I can get them up here. Where are they? Anthony sent them to me. But we have the power rankings. So what we're going to do is, guys, I want you to tell me at least first which team surprised you in this power ranking, this MLB power ranking. I think we have it here on the video podcast right now. What teams surprised you here on the power rankings list? Anything that doesn't surprise you, I guess. What surprises you?
Why are the Yankees up here? Why are the Yankees up here? There's no reason for it. They suck. They
Okay.
they're not this. They're what 7-6 right now. I don't even know if they they probably do crack the top 15, but the fact that I have to ask myself, do they crack the top 15 is concerning.
Okay.
They're not a good team.
Okay. Dom? Anybody surprise
I mean,
you?
yeah, that's. I mean,
Or Anthony?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
it's
the only
same
one that
thing.
surprised me. And I mean, it's the only. Yeah, I mean, everyone else who's in the top 10 or top 9, minus them, should be in it. You know, the Dodgers, Blue Jays, White Sox, Astros, Mets, and then Giants, Rays, Padres, Cardinals. I mean, those are teams that we, for the most part, expect to be good. Maybe the Rays, we thought, okay, could take a dip, but you know, we obviously know that they have the capability to be a winning franchise. So, for the most part, it's just New York, just by the way that they're playing. And by New York, I mean the Yankees, not the Mets.
Obviously.
Unfortunately, I wish it was the other way around.
Well, how about that, guys? Do we think the Mets are capable of holding the 5 right now?
Yeah, until July.
Oh, yeah.
Until May.
Well, that's when the ground potentially comes back. So
My boss had a good joke he says today. Because I forget who said it at work today. They said, oh, the Mets will last until July. He said, what, do you give them 2 extra weeks because of Scherzer? He's like, yep.
Yep.
So, basically, right? So yes, so the Mets, yeah, I assume the Mets will just crash and burn at a certain point. We don't know when that will be. Astros are number 4 in this MLB power ranking. And Chicago number 3. Guys, Chicago's not even leading the division. I know it's 3 weeks in, but Chicago's not even leading their division. They're number 3. Are we?
Chicago's not even that good of a team. I mean, they're a good
Thank
team,
you. Thank you.
but I can't even see them winning the pennant. I just can't.
Oh my
Houston's
God,
a
no.
better team than them. Toronto's a better team than them.
I would argue the
Rays
Yankees are a better team.
than them.
The-
On a good day, the Yankees are better than them. Boston is better than them. It pains me to say it, but Boston's better than them.
Oh, no,
Basically, any team in the AL East except for Baltimore is better than them.
You know what's funny? I see a lot of top comments here from Yankee fans on this Instagram post that when the MLB released it. Thank you, Anthony, by the way. And one of the top comments is, and I think Jeff replied to it. So if you want to go look for it, go ahead. It says, as a Yankees fan, take them off this list. They have no business being there. I mean, yeah.
He's
So
not wrong.
no, and I think Yankee fans are frustrated as well. Number 1's the Dodgers, guys. I mean, does anyone want to debate that or no? At this moment in time.
No.
Maybe
can't.
Dom.
No. We got to be a little realistic, don't we?
You think the Blue Jays couldn't beat the Dodgers in a theoretical matchup?
I would hope. I think that the Blue Jays have like bullpen issues, honestly, and everything. I would hope they're starting pitching. I really think Alex Manoah is a sneaky guy and stuff, but can they compete with
I know
LA?
you picked him up.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, not sure. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not so sure, but I guess from what I've seen, the Dodgers are capable of the 1, so we'll just give them that. They had a hard time getting runs against Cincinnati, I think, a couple times in that series, though. And Cincinnati only has 2 wins, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that can be tricky. But yeah, the Dodgers are number 1 at the moment in the power ranking. Padres are number 9. Dom, does that concern you, or is that a right spot?
It's like yes and no, because the Padres can be hot and cold. Their offense looks really good one night. They look like they need Tatis the next. It's been impressive. I think it could be maybe like 7 right now instead, because our starting pitching, just like last year, the first half of the season, carried the living load out of us. Our pitching altogether, starting or relieving, carrying us big time. So it may be a little low, but I'm glad we cracked the top 10 there. And the team's impressing me. You know, players that I didn't think would perform with Profar and Hosmer. Some more, obviously Machado, who's unbelievable, has been great. It's mainly the pitching and stuff, but the offense has been clicking. So I'm just glad to see them in the top 10 with Fernando Tatis Jr. not being there right now.
That is very true. He's not playing right now, and that's the key factor right now is that he's not playing. And the Padres just seem to not doing. They're getting by, right, Tom? Is that fair to say? They're not doing amazing, but they're getting by.
Yeah, they're getting by. Like honestly, they're 9-5. They could be 10-4 if they wasn't for that first game D-backs loss, which happens. It's baseball.
Oh, the beer home run.
Yeah, I mean they played tough against the World Series champs and split 2 games even out of 4. Right? They swept the Reds, so they're looking actually pretty good. And I gotta say, like I said, the pitching has been unbelievable throughout all ends, and just go from there. Just keep playing. Hosmer and Machado keep hitting as long as the rest of the team, and just go from there.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
They should be fine. I can't see if they keep playing like this. I can't see them falling out of the playoffs again. I think they'll.
Me
be fine.
too. And I think that Bob Melvin was a phenomenal addition. I really like the guy a lot. Whenever he has to be stern, he says it in the right way, in the right manner. Very calming. I love Ruben Niebla as our pitching coach, etc. So it's been, I can't complain right now. It's been good. When they lose tough.
You want to trade managers?
Jeff, by the way, can you actually mention in fantasy, we did have, I don't think you guys know, we did have a trade proposal that I declined, but I'm actually considering if you want Chris Bryant again, Jeff, I'll put him up there. Just ask me for anything and I'll see about it. But yeah, Jeff, what did you offer again?
I offered you Max Muncy and I think Alex Wood. I want to say.
I think it was.
Put it up, Jeff. Put it up on the video podcast. Put it up here.
I actually don't know if I can see the trade anymore.
Right, because I think decline it.
Yeah, if you decline it, yeah, then you can't see it anymore.
Yeah,
I can't.
But
we can't put it up. All right.
Yep, that was the proposed trade. I'm proposing it because, like I said, Lucas Giolito will be coming back. I need a spot for him to come back, which would mean dropping a pitcher. If I can trade 2 guys, get 1 guy back, and bring Lucas Giolito back, hey, let's go for it.
Okay.
That's smart.
Fair
That's
enough.
smart.
All right. I mean, Jeff, I'm going back and looking now because I think you sent me something of a trade proposal, but I could.
I think I did send you the image of it.
Yeah, I really. Oh, I have it. It was Alex Wood to San Diego, trade Max Muncy and receive Chris Bryant. That was Jeff's proposal. So yeah, we have it up here for you to see. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, Alex Wood to San Diego. Or I'm sorry, the San Diego Tacos. Well, yeah, so that was the only trade I think, guys, right? Was there any other trade offers? Or am I
No.
I'm not missing anything, right? Okay. All right, so if that's all you guys have, we will be back here on Tuesday as per usual. Tuesdays and Fridays are the days that we'll be on here. So we'll be here. So again, this is new. Video podcasts is new, guys. So subscribe to the Swing the Twig channel, and thanks so much for watching the video podcast if you made it this far. If you want to just listen, you can go to our link tree on Instagram. You can go to Swing the Twig at transistor.fm. You can listen on your favorite podcast platforms. Just search Swing the Twig. So many different ways. If you want to interact, go to swingthetwig@gmail.com. Guys, you have any other things you want to say before we go?
That is all for me. Go Padres.
All right.
What are y'all looking forward to this weekend? Any series that pop out for you?
Oh, that's a good question. Jeff just raised the best question of the night.
Padres, baby. 3-game set.
What do you got, Tom?
Padres and Dodgers.
Padres and Dodgers. Oh, okay.
That'll be a good one.
I think the Dodgers will get tested
Yeah.
truly that night. So I think that will be a good series for sure.
Blue Jays and Astros
I'm gonna
should
go-
be a good series.
I'm gonna go Boston, Tampa.
That should also be
in St. Pete. In St. Pete. Not too far from my house. Actually, right down the street.
You know what? Let's go with a little division little rivalry. White Sox Twins. That'll be
What do you like about that series?
good because just the fact that those two teams are kind of like, I'm not saying they're favorites, but like those are the teams kind of coming into the season that people are like, okay, these teams, if healthy and if they do what they're supposed to do, can take that division. And so these matchup series are critical, because everyone kind of matters, especially in your division against these teams, because a tiebreaker could happen and it goes then to series wins or matchup wins. So it's going to be big for them. Again, I know it's April, but this could easily impact them come September, when playoff spots are starting to become up for grabs.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. That's a good series. So, all right, guys. From me, Tommy Franks, Anthony Colasano, Jeff Wilkinson, and Dom DeRosa. We'll be back here on Tuesday. Be sure to follow us on Swing the Twig Pod on Instagram, Swing Twig on Twitter for all the info on the next podcast, which is consistent. You'll see our takes on there as well. So we will see you then. Have a great weekend, everybody. Hey, thanks so much for listening to the Swing the Twig podcast. If you really love this show, please give us a 5-star review and be sure to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, email the podcast at swingthetwig@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, go to our Instagram at swingthetwigpod, or you can go on Twitter at swingtwig.